All right, we're going to kick off the program. We're going to go to Paul here in Orlando. He's got a 2001 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. Paul, tell us what's going on with this thing.
Hello, Larry. How are you doing today?
We're doing fantastic, Paul.
So I've called you a couple times on this Silverado with the brake lines and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this question today is more of a question rather than the problem. So yesterday, I'm doing the antifreeze, and I did the antifreeze, I drained it all out, and I decided to move the truck up a couple of feet so I can lay on the ground and not get wet putting the long radiator hose back on. And it will not start, it just clicks, like the solenoid. So I go, well, I know I didn't do anything, I wasn't near anything electrical. I checked the codes just for fun. And then I said, okay, it's got to be something with a sensor. So I put everything back together and filled up the antifreeze, and it started. So I know the low coolant sensor is in the surge tank, which lights the little LCD, multi-function LCD on the dashboard that tells you battery and low coolant and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what I tried to research on the internet yesterday that I couldn't find the answer to is if you have no coolant, which is basically what I had, no coolant in the system, will that low coolant sensor inhibit a start relay inhibit?
No.
Okay, I couldn't find anything on that. And it was just like what I said. I put in the antifreeze and it started, and I said, "Well, that's interesting."
Yeah, it is, but it's not. The low coolant level has absolutely. You could disconnect that, and that car is going to start no matter what. The only thing that's going to do is just warn you if that reservoir actually gets low. It will not inhibit the starting of the vehicle. Now, when you turned the key, you heard a click, right?
Well, I did it a few times, and it sounded just like a solenoid on the starter clicking, as if you had a low battery. I looked at the voltmeter on the dash, and it was still hanging there at 12.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, the bottom line, Paul, you need to make sure the battery terminals are clean. A lot of times you can't tell by just looking at them. You need to take them off, maybe clean them with a wire brush. But I would make sure that my battery terminals were clean and good and tight. And then I would go and if I still had a problem, you're probably going to be looking at, I think you've already hit the nail on the head. It's probably going to be something to do with the starter itself. You're in a situation there to where if you hear it click, that's telling me that the starter solenoid is actually getting voltage. Whether it's getting enough voltage or not, I don't know. But it's either a problem with the starter or either it's low voltage due to a bad connection, a battery problem, or either you may have a bad starter. But those are going to be the situations. It sounds like the battery's probably good and the connections are probably fine. It may just be time for a starter. I know that things like this being a coincidence, they'll drive you crazy. And somebody, pretty mechanically inclined like yourself, I can understand why you start scratching your head. Now you can see what I go through every day. Can you imagine the phone calls we got to make to people? We tuned up your car, but now your left rear tire went flat, or your brake pedal's going to the floor, but it's a car, and it's got a lot of pieces and parts, and sometimes they get to the end of their shelf life, and, they can be annoying at times, but still better than a car payment. Paul, give us a holler back and let us know if it acts up again and if you need any help with it.